I wrote some notes down, on certain things. What are you laughing at? I'm an organized OCD person, just so you know.
I say this every single week that I'm excited and honored, but I am extremely excited and honored and to have Fran and Jamie from National Card Sharks on the Five with Joel-ATX. Say hi, you two.
Hey guys.
Hello, bully.
Great. So there they are, the dream team, amazing business partners. Thank you guys so much for the time today. I have 20 minutes with you, so my job is to try to get as much amazing information out of you guys as possible because you are beloved in the Whatnot community. I know people would love to learn more about you. So, a couple stats I like to kick off. National Card Sharks, 5-star reviews, obviously, under 1 day shipping. That's very important. You've sold over 15,000 cards already. And how long have you guys been streaming, by the way?
About less than a year.
Definitely less than a year.
That's insane. That's a lot of packing up. So you have an amazing team. Good job,
1,000.
Fran.
There's the team.
Team.
She's bipolar, multi-personality, so she has like 7 people working at the same time.
Yeah.
The witty banter between you two is just like I could just sit all day and listen to you guys. 32,000 followers, absolutely amazing first year. Tell us a little about how long have you guys been in the hobby?
So I've been in the hobby for over 30 years, just collecting and buying and, just getting around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just kind of was very hesitant about the whole thing. I kind of didn't really understand the hobby at all.
She thought I was crazy.
Yeah, I did think he was crazy. I'm a huge sports lover though.
Yeah.
So this has been a real eye opener for me, seeing what people do out there and how important the hobby is to them and how it becomes a generational thing, which I think is really a cool thing to be a part of. So this has been a really fun journey for me this first year.
Yeah, I think people kind of scoff at it at first, like, oh, it's just a bunch of nerds collecting cardboard. But then you realize it's an amazing culture, it's an amazing community. And I think that's something where you two are pillars of what's going on Whatnot right now and really helping from that regard. So tell me about your very first stream, you guys. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Well, let's just say it was a humbling experience, my brother. I thought I was able, I thought I was gonna be able to run it solo and come out there and literally just crush it. It was absolutely just the total opposite. It was literally like I thought the only thing I did right, I think, was hitting the live button, actually. It was like a whirlwind. It was a highlight reel of sorrow. It was crazy. My tabletop actually looked like a yard sale in a windstorm. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, all right, what am I gonna do? Here we go. We're gonna start it, and we're gonna start the auction. Now, the hard part was it was very awkward talking to the back of the phone. There was no
Sure.
people. So I'm sitting there going, what do I say? What do I do? How do I do this? And then it was just like an awkward therapy session, me talking to my other personalities. And it just got really weird. So then, but the real magic happened when I said, all right, I'm going to run my first card. And I'm like, do you want to buy this? And people were like, you forgot to load the auctions. I'm like, what does that mean? What do you mean load the auctions? I thought you were just going to sell me cash and I was going to ship you a card. So it kind of like flash forward. I ended up deciding just showing a couple of cards and saying, guys, I need to study and learn more. And it's hard because there's not a lot of stuff out there to really teach you how to stream.
Oh,
So I basically just packed up my spirit, and put it in a box. And I told the 8 or 10 people in my chat, I apologize for this debacle, logged off, and promised myself I'd never stream again.
and I say this on my shows, but it's hard to stream and it takes guts. It's not easy because you're right. I love when you were telling about your first show. You feel kind of stupid, don't you? Like you're in your room, you're talking to your phone, and it's a very obviously we get used to it, right? But it's very weird at first. So
Fran is actually the true success of the show because the banter that we have and her job of what she does. My job is easy. I show a card, I talk about it, and but she does everything. She does everything, from running the show and keeping me in line, read the chat. So actually, the success of the show is all
Oh,
on her.
that's really nice.
100%.
But I also have to say,
yeah,
every show that we have had over the last year has evolved, whether it be with the with the setup. Like if guys who have followed us, from the beginning has seen the change in our setup. Every week is almost different. Like Jamie has been really diligent in seeing what works best and how the stream responds to it and making sure the setup is always perfect and what works best for him as far
Yeah.
as like grabbing the cards. I can't even tell you how many times we have reorganized the shelving and how the players are in the files, like just to make it so like it's a quick, because everybody says a lot of times in the stream, how do you have these cards? How do you know where these
Mhm.
cards are? Well, it didn't just happen overnight, right? This is something that a process that like after the stream we'll say, wow, that was a really good show, but maybe we should try this next stream, or maybe so it's an
Mhm.
evolving process. Every show is different, and we talk about every show when it's done to see like the highlights, the low parts. Like, sometimes if you follow, he likes to talk, and all of a sudden I'm like, dude, the card, and he's like, comes back to reality for a second. But
Not the first time you've heard that, Jamie. It's not the first time you've heard it. Come on.
but it is a process. So for new streamers out there, it's like just be diligent, keep trying, learn from your past mistakes, and just move forward. Don't dwell on the bad experiences, right? And then you just move forward, and it becomes so much fun. Like I look forward to the shows, which I never ask
Yeah.
him.
Now, can I retract my statement of that Fran is the reason why there's a success?
Nope. Nope. It's on camera. It's been documented. You possess a trait that I think is incredibly vital to the success of what you do, is that the trait is you're never satisfied. I think that's the trait of really good streamers and just good business people in general, is you never rest on your laurels. You're always tweaking. You're always looking at ways that you can improve, even if it's a lighting situation
Oh
or
yeah.
trying to run 5 cards every minute instead of 4. Like there's always so many things that we can do to improve, and I can tell when I jump on your streams. You kind of already talked about it, but what is the number one favorite thing that you love about streaming on Whatnot?
Oh, hands down, our favorite part of streaming has always been the chat or the Shark family. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they're the true reason, why we do what we do. They're also the inspiration behind taking this entire experience to a whole new level. I mean, we appreciate our community deeply, and we generally love everything about them. Our stream is filled with incredible buyers, incredible streamers whose
Yep.
positivity, their support, their compassion, they create an environment that we value the most.
Right.
For us, the connection with our chat comes first, and cards are secondary. I could lose money, or we could lose money in every show, but if we can bless somebody, if we can make somebody smile, if somebody can really accept the fact that the chat is what's important about the hobby, we're fine with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the other day, Jamie and Fran were on a show, and I think overpaid or something, or maybe a card was damaged, and Jamie ended up throwing like multiple extra cards to make up for it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the kind of team you're working with when you're on National Card Shark Show, and I love that. No screaming, no yelling, no guilting. It's very refreshing. So keep up the great work. What single piece of advice would you have for a new streamer, you two?
Um, my advice, both to new and experienced streamers, is simple: always be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Be honest with your chat. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of the sales, but never forget your community. It's the reason you succeed. And that's the funny part, they're the heart of your stream. I mean, it's very simple. I mean, the foundation of everything you built can live and die by your chat.
Yeah.
So create an environment that brings people together. Um, their families, you got to realize there's much more than just an individual watching this. It could be families, kids, wives,
Mhm.
do what you can to make people feel like they're a part of your show. Help kids fall in love with it again. Just everything is based on your composure, your language, your music, your actions. So define that by your true character. I mean, really, really strive to be better in your chat than you are with the cards that you're showing. I mean,
Yeah.
stay positive and authentic 100% of the time. Um, Again, it's you make an impactful your presence is more impactful to the person on the other side of that screen than you know. So make sure that what you're doing is
Yeah.
more driven towards making them feel good than making your wallet get bigger.
That's great
Um,
advice. Fran, anything for you to add on that one?
Yeah, I think, basically I think if you love what you do, and most of the people that are doing the hobby love the hobby, so it
Yep.
shouldn't really be that difficult. When you love what you do, it's just fun. And I think every time we go on, we just have fun with it. We have a good time. We enjoy the banter.
Mhm.
I do anyway.
You're a bully.
I know.
Just so that we're on
I'm
the
a
same
bully.
Well, the
page.
But
stream does, the
I
chat
love
does for
reading
sure.
the chat. I
Kicks me
love
under
Yeah.
the table. She does kick me under the table.
I enjoy the chat. I love reading the chat. I love when people wish us a great day and how was your weekend, and just all that is so much fun to me. I think it's just a pleasure, every
Yeah.
time we go on. It's really fun.
Awesome. I love that. How do you overcome, we as streamers and just being the hobby, we always have challenges. It could be from sourcing inventory, just having a bad show and bouncing back. There's so many different problems that are thrown at us. Talk to us about a challenge that you two faced and how you overcame it.
Um, this is a difficult question. I mean, because a lot of what we do, it's not personal, meaning for us. We do it because we're trying to change the hobby. Our small little family, we're just trying to make people feel that they're wanted and we appreciate them. And it's difficult, and this may not be received perfectly, but I need to be honest. There's countless amazing streamers, buyers on this app with great energy, integrity, and value. But unfortunately, there's that small few that cast a shadow. And um, I don't want to say they misuse the platform, but they are creating divisions between buyers, sellers, and it's actually sad to see. I think, I'm not judging anyone at all. Please understand that. But many buyers come onto this for the first time without knowing anything. They don't know the price of the card. They don't know the comps, what even comps means, what's an RPA. They're here because they generally love the hobby. And when a streamer takes advantage of someone's inability to understand or their innocence, it reflects badly on everyone. Our goal should actually be to, like you had said, no pressure, no screaming, no yelling, help those buyers understand the card, help those buyers understand the
Mhm.
process, and, don't exploit their inability or their not understanding, what they're doing. Again, it's all about respect.
Yeah.
So how do we want people to come into our stream as well as so many others. I mean, there are so many beautiful people, more so than not. But when they come into our stream, people sometimes say that we go overboard with the giveies and all. Maybe we do, but that's how we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I also think like I even noticed it in yesterday's stream. Somebody was on and Jamie was talking about the Bo Jackson line, I believe, and somebody said, first edition, and he was asking like a question, and Jamie like said, hold on, let me like answer this guy's question, because he clearly had no idea like if what he had was the right, was the right cards, or if he was looking at something else. So I think educating your chat when they have the questions, and not just expecting everybody to know everything, is really important, because I'm a novice. I don't know. And
Yeah.
so like when the chat asks questions, it's great for me as well, because I'm learning too. I've learned so much in the last 6 months that,
Mhm.
it's I'm impressed with myself, because I
I'm impressed with you too.
I
Good
never
job,
thought,
friend.
if you would have asked me 6 months ago, I would have been like, yeah, no. But like I'm really learning, and it's fun. And like I said, we just take the time to really listen to our chat and make their experience with us, something that they'll want to come back to over and over again. And most of them do.
Absolutely.
We see them all the time.
Joe, I
Yeah. And
don't
the
think
great
you
thing is,
realize how value what you do or what you're doing is. I don't think you realize. Maybe you do, but I think that this is going to catch fire. And the reason why I say that is when we finish the stream, how many messages, how many
Oh,
DMs we
tons
get?
of
We
DMs.
get 50,
Thank you
60
guys.
DMs after a show asking us
Mhm.
questions. And I literally, while Fran's packing, I spend that whole next hour answering every single DM that I get. And that's what makes the show, that's what makes this hobby. So I must have 300 different buyer cell phones in my phone. We call, we chat, we talk personal life. That's what this is about.
Love it. Love it. My DMs after the show are just insulting. So it's nice that you guys get positive. Nice. You are the worst
Well,
streamer ever. Um, I can't believe you didn't want to bring up any names when you're talking about those like bad people that are putting a shadow on it. Just call it what it is. It's billoware, isn't it? It's billoware.
100. It's Billoware, Tacte, Big Chief, Benny. Those
They're
guys
the
are, and
worst.
of course they're on our team. So you guys, Hooligan.
It's a weird way to plug our friends. Yeah. This is going to be a loaded question because there's a lot of things going on with National Card Sharks, a lot of amazing things. So I don't know how you want to tackle this question, but what's next for National Card Sharks?
Oh my gosh, there's so much coming down the pipe for us. I think lots of exciting things. My focus mostly right now is the store, which is really exciting, with the build out going on right now and starting to design the inside. And that to me is watching something, from a shell come to fruition. It's just off the charts. I mean, getting the merch in, like all that stuff is super exciting. And but there's so much coming down the pipe.
We have an OBS company that's coming out probably the end of December. Our website should probably be released mid-January, which you can you can go to www.nationalcardsharks.com to register.
Yep.
We're working on a lot of different things, but I think the best part of this whole process is the community that we're building. You talk about Bill Moran, Bill Moran. Bill actually runs the company. Bill is the man who's in charge of everything. Mark of Marky Mark, him and Bill are side by side, and then we've this process has been with people that I've met or we have met on whatnot. We have John, who is big chief. He has a responsibility. Benny from Benny's Bangers, Tacte.
Yep.
There's just everybody. Everybody has a piece. Yourself, and I think that's the important part. But I want everybody to understand one thing, and I know this is going to come out totally wrong. We are not doing this for the money. We could both be retired. We're doing this to change. We're trying to change the hobby. Our store is going to be an experience. When you come into the store, I guarantee you would have never been in a store like this. Number two is I want to bring buyers and collectors together. I know that you had mentioned that the tough part is being able to get allocation, to be able to get product. We want to supply streamers. We want to be able to help people as part of our company. So that is why we're doing this. We're trying to change it, get it back to the kids, get it back to a family hobby, but at the same time, help streamers, help people, help repackers and breakers so that they can do this as long as their operating procedures are in line with the code of ethics that we run our company as.
Of course. That's a lot to unpack, and that's amazing. So if you can send me some pictures of the store, maybe your plans, and I'd like to share it on this podcast.
You're getting them today. You're actually getting them today. She made fun of me. Fran made fun of me.
Yeah, he sent me like 500 text messages in a row. Ding, 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 and it's all these pictures from the shop. But it's great. It's going to be, like Jamie said, it's going to be the ultimate experience in the hobby. Like that's what we want to convey. And one of the things I said to Jamie is like, I want Tom Brady to walk through the door and be like, wow, this is a card store. That's what it's going to look like. I can promise you that is what it's going to look like.
I personally can't wait.
If you went into my wallet to look for my credit card and my bank card, I think they're hiding. This one is just like, let's just do, we're going to have a lounge and leather couches and fish tanks. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful.
Your credit card company is going to file a restraining order against you, Jamie.
Against Fran.
Well, hey, you guys, what a delight this was. We try to keep it short and sweet, and this was fantastic. I hope for all you guys watching this at home, you got a lot from it. Watch out for National Card Sharks. As you can see, they have so many amazing things going on. Fran clearly does all the work, so thank you, Fran. You guys are the best. Let's do this again. Let's do round 2 down the line. Can't wait to see you guys hopefully in the next couple months.
Yes, absolutely.
By the way, her son was hired as the general manager of the store.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be great. Yeah. Keeping it in the family.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
have a terrific day.
Hey, God bless. Thanks.